Good morning, everybody. Let's start chapter number 6, accounting equation. Uh, Prior to understanding an accounting equation, it is essential to know about a balance sheet. So here is an example of simple balance sheet in a T form. Balance sheet is prepared for knowing the financial position of any business, of any enterprise. So it has two sides, asset side and liabilities side, debit side and credit side. We know that the asset is always debited and the liability is always credited. So this is asset side and capital plus liabilities side. So there are some assets balances, cash and bank, debtors, stock, furniture, machinery, building. Some are current assets, some are fixed assets, right? Capital and liabilities. Capital comes under the liability side, credit side, and under the liabilities, creditors and bank overdraft. So we should know that the total of asset and liability side will always equal. Here we take some imaginary figures. The total of the asset side is rupees 1 lakh and the total of the liability side is rupees 1 lakh. For 60,000 capital and 40,000 the balance of liabilities. Creditors and bank overdraft. 1 lakh is equal to 1 lakh means asset is equal to liabilities plus capital, right? And you can prepare balance sheet of any particular date for knowing the financial position of your business. Now come to the accounting equation. Now this is also known as the accounting equation, that the asset is equal to liabilities plus capital. Here the amount of asset side is 1 lakh and the liability amount is 40 and the capital amount is 60. The total is 1 lakh and the here total is also 1 lakh, means asset is always equal to the liabilities plus capital, 1 lakh and 1 lakh. Let's start the illustration second. Illustration second is the show the accounting equation on the basis of the following transaction and prepare a balance sheet on the basis of the last new equation. These are different transactions given here, and on the basis of these transactions we have to find out the new equation, and after the new equation it will be posted into the balance sheet. So on the basis of these transactions, first you have to write the asset terms, those terms which comes under the assets. First of all, you have to write the accounting equation. Asset is equal to liabilities plus capital. And after that, on the basis of these transactions, you write the terms which come under the assets and you write the terms which come under the liabilities plus capital side. On the basis of these transactions, I write the cash, stock, furniture, debtor under asset side and creditors plus capital under the liabilities plus capital side. So let's start the transaction 1. The transaction 1 is Mukesh started business with cash rupees 80,000. Now what is happening in this transaction? You have to analyze that there are two accounts affected, the cash account and the capital account, because Mukesh is starting the business with introducing cash. Cash is coming in the business in the accounting term it become capital, right? So how you can write it? 80,000, the cash is coming in the business, write 80,000 under the cash. The rest of the terms no effect and it become a capital 80,000. Plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is equal to 0 plus 80,000. The side of asset and liabilities plus capital is equal. 80,000 is equal to 80,000. Now next transaction is purchase goods for cash rupees 20,000. 8,000. What are the effect of these transactions? The goods is coming in the business and cash is going out from the business. Amount is 28. Cash is going out. It will be minus from the cash 28,000. But stock is coming in the business 28,000. Others no effect. No effect. No effect. Amount is 52,000, 28,000, 80,000. Now total 52 plus 28, 80,000, and this side is also 80,000. The total is same from both the sides. The third transaction is purchase goods on credit. Now you are purchasing goods on credit. Cash is not going out. When we purchase goods on the credit, it become creditors, but goods is coming in the business and it become creditors. Amount is 20,000, so no effect on cash, but goods is coming to 20,000 plus. No effect. No effect. It become creditors 20,000. No effect. 52. Total is 48,000. 20,000 plus 80,000. The next transaction is transaction 4. Purchase furniture for cash. Furniture is coming and cash is going out from the business. Cash is going out, then minus from the cash 6,000. No effect on stock, and under furniture 6,000. 0, 0 plus 0. Amount is 46,000, 48,000, 6,000, 20, 80. Total 46, 48, 6, 1 lakh. 20,000, 80,000, 1 lakh. Total is same. Next is paid rent. Whenever any nominal account is given in the question, rent is nominal account, and if it is an expense, it will be minus from the cash as well as capital, and if it's an income, it will be added to the cash as well as capital. Now in this fifth transaction, paid rent, it is an expense, so it will be minus from the cash 12,000 as well as capital. The new equation is 44, 48, 6, 0, 20 plus 78,000. The next transaction is received commission. Transaction 6 is received commission. It is also a nominal account, but it is an income. It will be added to on both cash as well as capital. Rupees 5,000. Add rupees 5,000 as commission on cash and capital. 44,500 plus 48,000 plus 6,000 plus 0, 20 plus 78, 500. The next transaction is withdrew cash for private use. Whenever a businessman withdrew cash for the personal purpose, it will be treated as a drawing, and drawing is cash is going out, it will be minus from the cash as well as capital. Amount is 3,000. Minus 3,000 from cash. No effect, no effect, no effect. Minus 3,000 from the capital. 41,500, 48,000, 6,000, 0, 20,000, plus 75,500. The next transaction is sold goods on credit. Cost price is 30 but sale price is 40. Right? The difference between the sale price and cost price is treated as a profit. So goods sold on credit, so cash is not coming in the business. When goods sold on the credit, it become debtors, and debtors increased from amount of 40,000, and goods is going out amount of 30,000, and the difference profit will be added to the capital account. So no effect on cash. This is stock account. From the stock, amount is going out 30,000 and it become a debtor when goods are sold on credit. Selling price is 40 because when a debtor give amount, she will give amount rupees 40,000, not 30,000, because 30,000 is our cost price. A selling price is 40, and the profit is added to the capital account. Amount is 41,500. Difference is 18,000. Stock 6,000. 40,000 debtors, 20,000 creditors, and 85,500 capital. The last transaction is paid to the creditors. When we pay to the creditors, the amount is going out 15,000 minus from the cash. No effect, no effect, no effect, and also deducted from the creditors because creditors reduced to the 15. No effect. Our new equation is 26,500 cash available in the business. Stock is 18,000, 6,000 furniture, and 40,000 debtors. Now creditors is 5,000 because 15,000 we paid, and capital is 85,500. This is new equation. Now put it into the balance sheet. Prepare a balance sheet. We know this side is asset side and this side is capital plus liability side. Credit, debit. Put the asset balances. Cash 26,500, stock 18,000, furniture 6,000, and debtors 40,000. Now come to this side. Creditors 5,000 and capital 85,500. Total, we know that the total of the asset and liability side is always equal. The total is 90,500 and 90,500. Total is equal. Solve the practical questions.